Hey guys, welcome to another video for our Hack the Day series. In this video, we are going to create another Python tool that would tell you that, hey, some app is using your camera. Yeah, because we don't know that if someone is spying on us or not, because there are a lot of viruses, malwares, or backdoors, reverse shells that can get access to the camera app. And yes, that's against the privacy. So in this video, we will learn how to create such a tool, but we will also figure out some other steps to recognize if our camera is working or running on the background, because there are a lot of processes that cannot be seen by using task manager or Python scripts because they are called by the DLLs. They are known as dynamic linking libraries. It is very difficult for us to track down those applications. But yes, this program would work up to an extent, and we will learn some other techniques to figure out if something malicious is running in the background or not. So without any further delay, let's get started and open our Visual Studio Code. So guys, now you can see that I had opened Visual Studio Code, and let us create another file and let's save it as, I'm giving it a name, processecplorer.py. Okay, for this we need some informations, like for example, if I open the task manager and then I go to the details, you can see that these are the names of the applications that are running. These are the PID, that is known as process ID, and you can see that its status also, that either it is suspended or not. We are also seeing here username, CPU memory, and UAC utilization. And here you would find a lot of things like these exe files, these dll host.exe. There will be some PowerShell exe, yes, that is also running. A registry also running, and yes, system idle process, system interrupts, some of them I don't know about. The main concern is we are seeing here the name of the process running and the process ID and its status. So we will try to make a program later by later. First, we will collect all the, we can say, processes, ID, and their names that are running right now. So let me open the camera app. Okay, my camera app is running right now, and let's see where it is displayed. You can see that when I open the camera app, something is appeared here, conhost.exe. Okay, one is this thing, and its process ID is this one. Okay, let's scroll down further and let's see if we got the camera there. Okay, you can see that it's not displayed here. I am searching it, but I'm unable to find that here. Let's go to these processes, and here you will see that it is running here. But it is not shown in the details. So let's close it. I'm also closing the camera, and let's try to see if this camera app is shown using Python. So for that, I would be using here import ESUtil, and this is the library that we would be using for working with processes for a specific operating system. We can also use this for Linux, Windows, Mac OS, and yes, in near future we will try to explore all the features of this PSUtil library. But for now, we will limit ourselves to the process explorer. So I'm creating a variable here, like I'm saying all processes is equals to, we would use here psutil dot, we are right now interested in this process iter, and there are some things like PID exist, PIDs, and process iter. PIDs exist would require a process ID, and it would return if that is running right now or not. So we will use here this one, and let's use this one and save it. Okay, let's try to print here all processes. Okay, save it like that, and for that we will use here Python and the process explorer.py and run it. And you can see that here it is showing us a generator object process iter at this memory location, because it returns the generator, so we cannot access it like that. Okay, we can use here for I in all processes, and we can use here print I, and let's save it and let's try to run it again. So yes, you can see a lot of processes running right now. And you can see that here we got PID, process ID, its name and its status. Okay. And in some cases, we are also able to see that it is started at which time. So yes, and of course, you would see a lot of things here like mem compression here. You would see the Brave. Where is that one? Brave. This Brave. Okay, because it is also running there. Okay, kite service. Yes, I use kite for auto completion, so that's also running. Okay, and Google Crash Handler. I don't know why every time I've opened my task manager, this exe file always runs. So don't know what's the reason behind that. Code.exe file, yes, that runs. You can see detail of each process that is running right now. Okay, let's try to open the camera app. Okay, I'm going to run it again. And you can see that it is very difficult for us to find or search the camera app there or a specified name of an application. So I'm just crossing this one. And I would use one thing here. Like we know that, let me open the terminal here again. We know that this generator contains this PID, this name. So we are interested right now in the name. So I would use here if I dot name is equals, or we can use here dot starts with, and we can use here C. Let's try with capital C. We will use here print I got something starting with C, and after this one we would also use here print PID is I dot PID, and of course we have to use comma here. And I was saying that if we are using name and if we are using name, then we should have to use these braces because it is a string. But if we are using PID, then we don't have to use the brackets because it is an integer. Let's try to run it again. And yes, we got here, no problem. And let's see if we can find a camera there. And we are not able to see here camera. Okay, let's try. Let's use win here and let's try to run it again. And yes, we got something like Windows camera.exe. Okay, and remember, its PID right now is 6672. I'm closing this camera and I'm going to run it again, and you would see that it is not showing me this information. Okay, let's try to open that one again, and I'm again going to run this program, and now you can see that it is showing me here the Windows camera. Okay, so now we got the name of this process, so we can replace that with dot, like with this one. So that means if any process name that starts with this one, then you have to do a specific task. But until now, let's see what would be our next scenario. And you can also see that these process IDs are not unique. That means the reason why I have used this here, because it is unique. Every time this runs, its name would be Windows camera.exe, and it didn't have any unique process ID. So I'm going to close this one, and now we got that. For example, let's save it, and I want that this program runs forever. We should have to use while true here, while true, and let's indent them like that. Let's save it. I'm just going to clear it out, run it again, and you would see that again I'm canceling this one. I'm also closing this one, and I'm also removing this one, sorry. And after each iteration, I would print here some asterisks so that we would get a difference of the running. So I'm running it again, and you would see that, okay, fine. I'm going to close the camera app, and okay, it's it's working fine. You can see that it is now not showing us the process ID. Okay, let's try to open that one again, and wait here, and now we got its process ID. So I'm just going to stop it out, and we know that our app is working right now. We will use a notification here that whenever our camera app is in working, we will just notify to the user that hey, your camera is working. And let me show you one more thing. Before that, how to show the notification. We can also kill these applications. Okay, to kill the process, what I would be doing, I would just use here I dot, and you can see that we got kill here. Okay, so like that. And now you can see that the camera app is running. And let's CRS and like that. And now you can see that the camera had been closed. Okay, let's try to open that one again. Okay, camera is open and closed. Okay, I'm going to run it again. Camera open and closed. Okay, let's try it again. Camera open and now closed. Okay, fine. So I just close the terminal. I'm going to import another library that is known as Win10 Toast as let's use here WinTS like that. And to use this feature for the notification, actually we want that whenever camera is used, turned on, it would show us a notification that would appear here at this where you see my cursor. So for that, I would be using here, like for example, notification is equals to, and let's use here WinTS dot. There should be something like toast notifier, yes, like that. And we will use here notification dot show toast exactly. And you can see that of course it will take a title, a message, and duration. And if we want to give it a path of the icon, then yes, it will be good. So let's give it a title, and let's say it as danger camera is no we just use a danger camera, okay, like that. And of course we have to pass it a message. uh, some app is using your camera, turn it on, off, or on. And of course there would be a duration, so I'm using here duration, and that would be, for example, that would be displayed for 4 seconds. Okay, let's save it like that. And okay, let's try to run it. I'm running it again. You would see nothing is happening because camera is not running. Let's try to run it, and you see this notification. Okay, and after this one you can see that camera had been closed. I'm closing this one and I'm commenting it out right now. Save it, and let's try to run it again. It is fun to run this program again and again. So nothing is happening. Let me open the camera. Okay, and we got the notification. Okay, after few moment again, because this program is running again and again. Yes, so let's try to stop it. And you can see that this program is working fine. Close it. Okay guys, there's a problem with this script because as I talked before that in this way we can access and see if our camera is working or running or not. But there are a lot of apps that just use the camera DLL, so it would be difficult for us to track that down. So for that, we would be using a task manager, but not our regular task manager. We would be using something that have greater control over all the processes. So I'm just closing this one, and I have downloaded an application that is known as processecplorer, and it is officially made by the Windows Microsoft. Yes, we can use this one without any problem. I would put the description of this Process Explorer for downloading in the description below. So for that, we just have to run this one. And now you can see that a lot of processes that are running right now. And you can see that it have a very major difference as compared to the task manager. We can see that what is running right now. Not only that, we can see that what commands are running right now. So I have hovered over this obs64.exe, and you can see that we got a command line here and the path. And not only that, we can also see that the kite, and we can see the CPU. We can also see the bytes that they are working and working set, the PIDs, the description, and the company name, of course, like who's the owner or the publisher of the software. You can see that this is OBS, Brave, Kite, Realtek, Semiconductor, Microsoft, Intel. So yes, a lot more stuff are there working at our background. You can also explore this one. And I clicked on this one, and this is known as drag over a window. And okay, let's do it like that. I'm again showing that if I don't find any process, and I know that I want to find that what are the properties of this OBS, so I would just click on it and it would shows the windows where we want to check the properties. So I'm just removing my finger from the left click button, and okay, so you can see that it's highlighted there. And in this way you can also search about the processes that are working. Okay, there is another thing in this explorer. We can also search about DLLs or handles, but before that I'm going to run the camera app. Okay, now let's see if we can find that here. And I think it's not showing here, so let's see if we can find that or not. And I think I'm unable to find that, so let's click here and let's see here, camera search. Okay, now you can see that we are getting a lot of files here, like this on windows camera.exe. And yes, it is giving us the results. Okay, fine, I'm just going to use camera here. So I think I know that that would give us the results. And yes, we can see that it is running there. So I'm just going to close our camera app. And I think this video would be very beneficial and informative for you. And do let me know about your thoughts about this video. And also, if you have not subscribed this channel, then I would suggest you to please subscribe this channel and hit the like button so that we remain encouraged and continue to make videos or lectures like this one. This would help us to make educational videos like this. So stay tuned and goodbye.